Breaking news into us on the economy. The consumer price index was unchanged in October from the previous month, with inflation cooling to 3.2% from a year ago. Let's bring in co-anchor of CNBC Squawk Box, Andrew Ross Sorkin, and NBC News senior business analyst, and of course the host of the 11th Hour right here on MSNBC, Stephanie Ruhle. Hi, guys. Good to see you both.
Hey there.
So, Steph, what do you see in that number? Flat means what to the economy and to the Fed?
Okay, the Fed is where it's all at. This is a positive because when the Fed meets in December, what's the big thing they could do? Raise rates. And the fact that inflation is not getting worse is a signal that Jay Powell will not raise rates. And of course, he raises rates. It makes it more expensive to borrow for businesses, for individuals. So it's an overall net positive. And boom, you can see it in the market right there.
So, Andrew, yeah, we're looking at the Wall Street up 350 at the moment. The Dow, that's how Wall Street's reacting. But what do you think it means to the Fed here?
Well, I think the Fed's not going to do anything. I think it's very unlikely that they raise interest rates, and that's the good news. I think when you start to look through the numbers, some of the really positive signs are, rent, which is a huge part of this number, is not going up in the material ways that we saw before. So that's going to be a big sort of a relief for a lot of folks around the country. You're starting to see that inflation numbers are just not going up, and that's a great thing. The political question becomes, and I know we've talked about it a lot, do you get credit for this? So prices have gone up. It's not that prices are going to reverse. When people talk about inflation coming down, it's not that we're talking about prices going down, meaning you go to the supermarket, all of a sudden, the thing of milk is that much cheaper. That's not what's happening. It's just that it's not that much more expensive. And so how does the public look at that, especially when the White House communicates about inflation, when you see former President Trump communicating about inflation, and how much does the public look at the numbers about, what's the interest rate on a mortgage or what's the interest rate on their credit card? If that comes down, which you will see, you'll see those numbers come down. Does that matter in terms of how people think about this issue when they're voting?
Okay, but Andrew makes a great point. Will the administration get credit? Because inflation isn't getting worse. However, prices aren't going down, and life is still expensive. You aired it earlier in the show, that painful clip of Steve Bannon when he was talking about what people care about. And he's like, listen, people say, my dollar went farther when Trump was in office. Life was cheaper for me. He's not wrong, but he's forgetting the fact that we went through a brutal once-in-a-lifetime pandemic. We're now facing not one, but two wars. And so life in general is expensive if you talk to the average person, but they need to dig in and think about the fact that gas prices have gone down, right? Your housing costs are lowering, but we're all about to go into Thanksgiving and people are going to say, man, it's really expensive at the grocery store. And it is. So Joe Biden has a very positive but complicated story to tell.